Welcome to LUTV News. I'm Tyler Scott.
I'm Melanie Hubbard. Lamar University's Association for Black Journalists is giving students a stepping stone into their careers. LUABJ hosted their first meeting, A Step in the Door, catering to Black communication students.
So tonight's event was called A Step in the Door. So we want to give media-related comm majors at the store a step in the door, basically. So we got 4 panelists that were media-related, producers, people in PR and broadcasting and journalism to come speak and let us know how they got their foot in the door and what they're doing as of now for their careers.
We were just very excited and about how everybody came out together, though, and actually, talked. Even though, we talked a lot, but we gained a lot of information from the event.
The National Association of Black Journalists is the largest organization of journalists of color in the nation.
We accept all students, but our events are usually catered to the Black demographic at Lamar University, but we take anybody in with open arms. It's very important to cater to the Black journalists on campus because sometimes they need a place to express themselves or what they're worried about, what their career problems. Sometimes minorities deal with problems that everybody else don't deal with, so we try to give them that safe place to speak and to express themselves.
Each year, NABJ awards nearly $100,000 in scholarships and internships.
Lamar, they don't really have nothing towards communication, like with scholarships, so we're gonna just put out scholarships that are available within like a nationally range, and internships from NABJ or like internships from Handshake from the Career and Professional Development Center.
Melanie Hubbard, LUTV News, Beaumont. For more information on their upcoming events, you can follow LUABJ on Twitter at ABJLamar, or you can contact them directly by email at lamarabj1@gmail.com.
Balancing school and work can be very difficult, but there are jobs that work well with college students. LUTV News reporter Amy Cisneros has more on the story.
Having a job in college is hard enough, but finding one that works for you is easy.
Waiter is a local food delivery service. We've been here in the area since June of 2016, and we partner with local restaurants who might not have a delivery option available to their customers.
If you're interested in becoming a driver,
you would need to be willing, to work at least 20 hours a week, have a reliable vehicle, have insurance that has your name listed under as an insured driver, and have a valid driver's license.
anyone is welcome to become a part of the Waiter family.
We have all different backgrounds and demographics of our drivers, full-time engineers, single moms, we've got entire families that work for us, and a large population of students.
If you're having trouble finding time for a job
For college students, because it is very flexible, you do get to create your own schedule and it works well around your school hours.
You're in control of your own schedule and you pick up whatever shifts work best for your lifestyle.
It can be hard to balance school and work life, but unconventional jobs can make that easier for college students.
I personally used to do it as a student. I did it for about 2 years, and I made decent money as a student and was able to work around my school schedule pretty easily.
Because college students are always busy with classwork, and like it's so flexible, so you can basically pick the hours, what you want to do.
A lot of us students, we don't have set schedules. Like our schedules will change, every semester. We'll have like unusual hours to work, and so it really does help to have jobs that can really fit those schedules.
Amy Cisneros, LUTV News, Beaumont.
It's a virus that starts out harmful but could lead to paralysis. Acute flaccid myelitis has been reported in at least 22 states, and children are mostly affected. Doctors are baffled as to how it spreads as the Centers for Disease Control investigates. Meredith Woods has more in today's Health Minute.
Parents, beware. A polio-like illness is impacting children across the country. Acute flaccid myelitis, or AFM, usually occurs this time of year and mainly affects children. The average age of patients is 4 years old. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is investigating 127 potential cases of AFM, and of those, has already confirmed 62 cases in 22 states. Early symptoms mirror those of a common cold: cough, congestion, fever. But then all of a sudden, it changes into something far more concerning, and doctors are baffled as to why.
What is alarming and what very frightening is that they suddenly develop weakness. Typically it's in an arm or a leg, but it sort of comes out of the blue.
For some children, that weakness can turn into paralysis as the virus that seemed like nothing more than a cold causes inflammation in the spinal cord.
There's no specific treatment for this, but with rehab, a lot of times they recover a lot of the muscle strength. The scariest cases are when the muscle, the diaphragm muscle, which controls your breathing, also becomes paralyzed.
While doctors still aren't certain AFM is contagious, they urge parents to make sure kids are washing their hands and keeping up with vaccinations as flu season begins. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
A place that was once housing inmates is now renovated by a couple as the Dream Center of Southeast Texas to help people in need. LUTV News reporter Stephen Bowie has more on this story.
The former Al Price Juvenile Detention Facility has been left derelict until now.
The Dream Center's concept is to go in there and say, hi, my name is Mike, I'm from the Dream Center. What can I help you with today? You need food, you need clothes, you need your house cleaned, yard needs to be cleaned. What do you need? We're here to help. And so it's building those relationships, because that leads to the second part, which the most famous part that we're known for is the recovery program, the faith-based recovery program. And that's what my wife and I did in Los Angeles for the last 14 years.
Michael and Velma's reason to come to Southeast Texas was a simple one.
Just visiting grandkids and getting to know. And once we discovered that there was a need for a Dream Center out here, God began to work on our heart. And we decided that this is the place where we needed to come. And things just started happening miraculously, one right after another.
The couple is far from done with this facility. They could use more volunteers.
We have 57 acres here, and mowing is a continual thing in Southeast Texas. So obviously we have, once a month, we have what we call Campus Beautification Day, where we work on the yard and cleaning and things like that. But there's lots of buildings here. We have 13 buildings, 180,000 square feet. We need cleaning, we need if anybody has any skills or trades they're working on. So the need's great, and pretty much anything anybody wants to do, we can plug them in. We do ask that they come to orientation to become a volunteer so that we can share a little bit about the Dream Center, the history, and how we got here and what our mission is. That way, if anybody asks what they're volunteering for, they can have an educated answer to that.
Stephen Bowie, LUTV News, Beaumont.
If you are interested in volunteering, you can contact the Dream Center at 409-234-5255. And for more information, you can go to their website, beaumontdreamcenter.org.
Coming up after the break, Lamar organizations are going silent for some prizes.
Plus, we will have weather, sports, and much more. You're watching LUTV News, where your campus, community, and culture comes together.
Just go do it. Go do it. If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
As soon as you play, I'm playing. I'm saying my first drum, second's your first beat. I'm saying first, you 2 feet, then we might stand up. Like first you get your hands, then I get your hands up. My sound, your throat, my dance, your feet. You hear my no heartbeat. The metronome in your chest keeps you in time till there's no time. So you sing till you got no breath, and whoever's next dances to the song you've left. Music creates movements, inspire movements. Where I am, you've been. There was you, then there was music. Music follows you.
Recycling is making a comeback to Beaumont. Bringing it back curbside, cause we know it's what you want. Calling everybody from all sides of I-10 to grab a 96-gallon blue recycling bin. So do the world a favor, if you know what I mean. Get yourself a blue barrel, cause going blue's the new green. To find out what is recyclable and how to get started, visit BeaumontTX.gov and search for curbside recycling. We're going green.
Lamar Cardinals Activities Board hosted its first annual Silent Library LU Edition game show. LUTV News reporter Courtney Thorne has more.
I planned this event, Silent Library. Basically, for those that don't know, Silent Library is a game show. We're going to do it elimination style, and basically each team has to do a funny skit or funny challenge and try to be as quiet as possible.
The event is made for student organizations to have fun, but it can get competitive.
Decided to participate in the event, Silent Library, because we were going to use the money to go towards one of our community service events. So it's going to help benefit for the community.
The different groups take on multiple painful and humiliating tasks while trying to remain silent.
Most likely, I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm dead not to laugh like that. Because I'm really mad, so I'm going to make sure I'm not going to laugh.
We're going to do it 1 through 5, 1 being the most quiet, 5 being the loudest. If they get higher ratings, then they're going to be eliminated, and in the end, it's going to be 2 teams.
The 2 standing teams will compete for $100 to go towards their organization.
I wanted to host this event because I felt like, 1, we need more laughter, we need more fun, and then we need a way to bring all of our student organizations together.
Courtney Thorne, LUTV News, Beaumont.
The Lamar Filmmakers Association and International Film Society are screening The Walking, a South Korean horror film, at 6 p.m. in room 103 of the Communication Building. The 2 clubs host a showing every Thursday from Call Me By Your Name to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. While the IFS deals only with screening movies, the LFA also films their own original content for their YouTube channel. For more information about the 2 clubs, email Caitlin Vu at kvu@lamar.edu.
Various social media platforms are being used by students that look for entertainment, information, and communication with others. However, using social media can play a major role for finding a job. Reporter Jay Samuel has more.
With social media being a popular platform for many people, learning to keep a good image is important.
We really just want to help spread that awareness, really make sure that students know what's being put out there, what image that could provide an employer as they become a candidate for these opportunities.
The Career and Development Center is a place for students to learn about the connection between jobs and social media.
When we meet with students to talk about their social media profiles, really in particular things like LinkedIn and kind of the differences between LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and those types of platforms, we really just want to work to educate students on, really their brands.
Building these brands can bring some benefits.
Up to 60% of positions, based on some recent research, are positions that are made by networking. They're not posted on a job board. It's who you know. So with social media, if you really brand yourself correctly, and we're kind of thinking of those LinkedIn platforms, you're really able to tap into that hidden job market.
With benefits also comes drawbacks.
Managers, if you're out there on social media making these comments that are not congruent for an organization or for a team, that may be a cause for concern for an employer.
Jay Samuel, LUTV, Beaumont.
Social media giants like Facebook, Twitter, and Google have been capitalizing on the creative contents of millions of us. They do that by collecting and selling vast amounts of your user data, some of which they get from the things we post, like, and view. Why can't you do the same? In today's Consumer Watch, Karen Cafe has to look at 2 companies rewarding you for your data and content.
Every time you like, comment, and share anything on Facebook, you're creating valuable data. So what if you could get paid for it? Blockchain-based social networks like Steemit and Permission.io are already doing that.
We can see the world's billions of people find opportunity online
to earn and make a living in ways that they aren't able to today.
Steemit CEO Ned Scott says his platform has distributed $40 million worth of digital currency since 2016. The company says they do not sell any user data, meaning users are able to earn tokens in exchange for content, which keeps control of personal data in the hands of the users themselves. Permission.io pays users to watch ads. CEO Charles Silver says his platform doesn't sell data to marketers or advertisers. Instead, users interact with those advertisers directly.
Your data has tremendous value. A user will choose what they want to watch based on, how personal and relevant it is, combined with how much the advertiser is willing to pay them to watch.
Both pay you in the form of cryptocurrency, which you can cash out in dollars. When you use centralized sites like Facebook, they collect and control your personal information. But these tech companies operate on an opposite model. In a decentralized network, there's no central authority that can manipulate or prevent the distribution of content.
If you are willing to put your data forward, you should be able to bring that into a marketplace where you can be rewarded.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Karen Kafa.
Facebook is also eyeing the digital currency space. Earlier this year, Facebook announced a small group of employees to explore blockchain's technology and how best to implement it within the company's ecosystem.
The sun is playing a great game of hide and seek.
We have LUTV weather anchor Tahila Watson to let us know what we can expect for the next week. Tahila?
Thank you, Melanie. It seems like summer has packed her bags and fall has moved into Beaumont with full force. Could we expect this cooler weather for the next upcoming weeks? Stick around, we'll be right back with more LUTV.
It's a miracle that springs forth to feed us, to clothe us, to bring us joy. A miracle prompted by rain and warmed by the sun. But few realize without healthy soil below ground, there would be little life above it. Learn more about this miracle under our feet and how we're working with farmers and ranchers to unlock the secrets in the soil.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one.
No more. It's none of my business.
No more. I'm sure they'll work it out.
No more. It only happened once.
No more. He said he was sorry. No more. Why doesn't she just leave?
No more. Not my problem.
No more, but he has such a bright future.
No more. He didn't mean it.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
Preparing you at this stage.
To excel on any stage.
Lamar University Theater and Dance.
For more information, visit lamar.edu/theaterdance.
Welcome back to LUTV Weather. My name is Tahila Watson, and I'll be providing you with your 7-day forecast. First part of the week looks a little stormy. We have Monday, cloudy skies with a high of 56 and a low of 67, so we do get to keep some of that cooler weather that I spoke about in the preview. Tuesday, we have evening showers with a high of 63, with a low of 63 and a high of 74. Wednesday, we have scattered storms with a low of 64 and a high of 75. Thursday, we have another cloudy day with a low of 60 and a high of 72. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have a pretty looking days with lows in the 50s and highs in the 70s. So it looks like your plans for the weekend won't be too damaged. Do y'all have anything planned for this weekend?
Not really. I think I'm just going to get some rest and catch up on some work.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. Midterms week doesn't look too good outside.
I know. We'll be studying all weekend.
Yes. But at least it won't rain too much.
I know.
Thanks, Tehila. It's the most wonderful time of the year for sports fans, October. No matter your favorite sport, your team is playing this month.
We have Emily Sterling with LUTV Sports to tell us more. Emily?
Coming up next, we'll see how Texas teams are holding up in the NBA. We'll be right back.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls, second.
Are you orange?
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon? You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Go to GetSchooled.com.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
I am Emily Sterling, and welcome to LUTV Sports. Lamar Women's Volleyball will start as underdogs when they take on the Sugar Bears of Central Arkansas on October 25th in the Southland Conference. The match will be played at Lamar University's McDonald's Gym. The Lamar Cardinals lost their previous game against Central Arkansas 0-3. They will be aiming to reverse the results this time. The Cards are playing well at home, holding a record of 6-2, but their fortunes haven't been so good when traveling. The goal is simple for the Lamar Cardinals football team: to improve their 2-9 conference record from last season. Big Red started the Southland Conference schedule losing their first 3 games. They got their first Southland Conference win against Incarnate Word in epic fashion, with a game-winning play being featured on SportsCenter's Top 10. The Cardinals travel to Nacogdoches to face Stephen F. Austin Saturday. Kickoff is at 3 p.m., and you can catch the game on ESPN3. The Pelicans soared over the Houston Rockets 131-112 in their first game of the season. Countdown to takeoff didn't go as planned, as the Rockets, for their first season, started off slow. Houston Rockets received high praise from ESPN to start the season. The team was chosen 4th overall in the preseason polls in the Western Conference. The Rockets are also en route to pursue another 65-game win season and hopefully a trip back to the Western Conference Finals. The Rockets will travel to Los Angeles to face LeBron and the Lakers on October 20th. Tip-off is scheduled for 9:30 p.m. on ESPN. The Spurs dug their heels into their prey, beating the Timberwolves with a score of 112-108 in the season opener. Without the legendary Big Three, which included Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili, the Spurs are looking for a semi-fresh start. With new addition of DeMar DeRozan, the Spurs are trying to find ways to include him into their offense. Losing Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green, the Spurs are also seeking help in their backcourt. The Spurs are on the road to face the Portland Trail Blazers on Saturday, October 20th. Tip-off is at 9 p.m. on Fox Sports Southwest. That's it for LUTV Sports. I'm Emily Sterling. Now back to Melanie and Tyler.
Thanks, Emily. Coming up next, we'll take a final look at the weather.
You're watching LUTV News. Stay with us.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
For the people that may be just joining us, Tahila, what's the weather looking like this week?
We have a kind of a mix of a weather for the week. Monday, we have pretty cloudy skies with lows in the 50s, so make sure you grab a jacket, and the high will be 67. Thursday, we have another cloudy day with lows in 60 and high of 72. For Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. So the weekend looks pretty nice. If you have any plans, they won't get messed up by any rain or anything like that. So that's nice to see.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Thanks, Tahila. An Iowa boy battling cancer got a big bucket list item fulfilled. He got to connect with the real deal Hollywood Iron Man. Dave Zilowinski has the story.
The outside looks a lot like the inside.
His dad and I are lifelong Hawkeye fans.
Son Jackson loves the Hawks too, but in this case, looks can be deceiving.
His scans don't match the personality and his attitude at all.
January 2016.
They verified that he had a brain tumor, and 2 weeks later, he was in surgery having brain surgery.
The fight is leaving a mark, but when Jackson reveals what's under his Hawkeye shirt, you find the inspiration for his other true love.
His doctor told him that if he put it in the middle, he would look just like Iron Man, and he would get extra strength from his port, just like Iron Man gets extra strength from his button.
As the T Arenas fought, Mom got an idea.
In July, when we found out that we didn't have a lot of options, you start thinking about how much time you have. And so I decided I wanted to start a bucket list.
But kids dream big.
He said, for my next thing on my bucket list that I want to do, Mom, I want to meet Iron Man.
Really big.
He goes, no, I don't want somebody in a costume. I want the real guy. I go, like Robert Downey Jr.
Jackson, is that you? Hi, it's Robert Downey Jr.
It took a friend with a connection and, of course, social media, but Mom delivered.
Thinking about you.
We were thrilled, and Jackson was jumping up and down.
Thank you, Robert Downey Jr.
Cancer is a nasty word.
I want people to remember that there's a little boy behind that word that has aspirations and dreams, just like other kids.
Robert Downey Jr. got that message.
Lots of love.
And Jackson's dream came true.
That was amazing. I think my bucket list superhero would be like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I'd probably say like the Flash, maybe.
Mine would probably be like Spider-Man or something.
Really?
I would love to meet Wakanda Forever, Black Panther.
That's a great one. Thank you for watching. To see more content from LUTV News, follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Be sure to join us next week for LUTV News, where your campus, community, and culture news come together.